All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. We are going to be doing your next 48 hours, okay? No, we're not. My bad. I'm so used to doing the 48 hours. Okay. This is a collective reading. So, that being said, we are going to be doing whatever comes out for everybody, okay? So please make sure to, of course, like I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and use common sense when on my channel. Make sure to like the video, please, and thank you. It helps out my channel a lot, okay? Um, and it lets me know that, you resonated with some of the messages as well, okay? All right. So let's see. Bear with me. Welcome in. Good morning. It's almost noon by me, so it's almost the afternoon. Whenever you're watching this, hello, welcome in. Let's see. All right, so keep in mind, oh, I forgot to put in the chat. Hold on. You guys will be able to send for personal readings. So if anybody wants a personal reading while I am live here, I will do your reading if you do decide to send it, okay? So that's for anybody who wants a personal right now, okay? Or throughout this reading. So let me put that in the chat real quick. And yes, I will be stopping if someone sends for a personal during this reading or during this live. Yes, I will be stopping to do their personal. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's see. And keep in mind, my readings are still timeless. Okay. All right, I'm almost done doing this. 1 second. All right. Let's see. All right, that should be good. I'm about to pin the message. All right, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. We are going to be doing a collective reading. So this is whatever comes out. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, let's see. There we go. All right. So, Spirit, what is going on for my collective currently? What does my collective need to know? And we are going to be doing tarot and oracle per usual. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in. What does my collective need to know right now? What is going on for my collective? Okay. Some of you guys are going to be upset that you can't go somewhere. Okay. And keep in mind, this is timeless. So take it how it resonates. You can come back to this anytime. This will be in the collective reading playlist. Okay. So let's see. So you guys, some of you guys could be upset that you can't go somewhere, or some of you guys may be upset that something's not moving forward. Okay. Something could be stagnant and it's causing some issues. Okay. Let's see. Could be at work. Some of you guys may feel like stagnant at work as well, or whatever you do for money. There might be a, what do they call it? Is it a plateau? Something like that. Okay. I hope that's the right word. Yeah. I see you guys getting a little bit frustrated when it comes to something not going fast enough. Okay. Remember that patience is key. I know it could be annoying to hear that, but let's see. What is the collective? Okay. Some of you guys, I'm hearing some of you guys need money, okay? Or you're not making enough money. So you're like, okay, well, I need to pay this. I need to do this. I need to, da 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 da. And it's not coming in at the time that you want it. Okay. So that is frustrating. I get it. Um, but some of you guys need to, I'm hearing, go back to your roots. Okay. You need to revert to something that you already did. Okay. So what I mean by that is if you started a project a certain way and it's 2 years into you doing a certain project, right? Go back and think what you did to start. Okay. So some of you guys need to go back to your roots, start doing something how you used to do it. Okay. Because I feel like whatever you were doing in the beginning was working for you. Okay. That's what, led something to be, quote unquote bigger. So I hope that makes sense. Some of you guys need to do whatever you did in the beginning, even if you have gotten very far. If you're wanting to move forward again throughout whatever project, whatever job, whatever situation you're in, you need to go back to the beginning. Okay. I'm also hearing this saying in my head right now where, you know how they say if you're in a relationship, you should still like flirt with your partner like you did in the beginning. Okay. So some of you guys, if you are in a connection and the connection has kind of gotten to a stagnant space, some of you guys definitely need to go back to your roots or back to how things started. Think back. How did you get the girl? How did you get the guy? You know, what was the reason that you guys started dating or dealing with each other in the first place? So some of you guys could be on a honeymoon or something like that. You don't have to be, but some of you guys need to start going back to the old days. It doesn't hurt to quote unquote start over so that something can be better, so that something can play out better this time, okay? Or at this point. So take it how it resonates. Let's see what's going on for my collective. Yeah, some of you guys are confused as to why something's not moving forward, and it's because you don't need to think big for this situation. You need to go back to the beginning, okay? Some of you guys need to take a break or take a step back and reassess your situation. Because I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's basically what I'm getting so far for you guys. If something's not working out for you, or if you feel like something's not moving as fast as you want it to, or if you feel like a connection has gotten dull or boring, or you feel like you're losing somebody, go back to the start, go back to the beginning, and remember how you got it. Remember how you got the job. Remember how you. It's also giving effort. Somebody needs to put in effort a lot more. Somebody could have kind of quote unquote fallen off. Okay, so it's something like that. Take it how it resonates for your situation. Go back to the beginning. I'm also hearing if some of you guys are in romantic situations, your partner is tired of staying in the house. Okay, your partner is very tired. Good morning, welcome in. Your partner could be very tired of not doing things anymore. If you used to go out and do activities and spontaneous things with your partner when you first started dating, start doing that again. Why did you stop? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But go back to, I don't want to repeat myself, but that's what I'm getting here. Go back to the beginning, okay? Especially in relationships. Even if it's a job, if your job is starting to get boring and you don't know what to do and you're like, well, I don't want to get another job right now, but I'm kind of sick of the one that I'm at. You got to make things fun for yourself. You got to make things fun for your relationship, okay, or whatever situation you're in. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. We got Virgo, Aries, Gemini, Leo, Scorpio, Cancer energy here, okay? Some of you guys could have those signs in your chart. Pisces. Yeah, look, Hangman reversed, okay? Some of you guys are resisting going back to the beginning or starting over. You'll do better. I'm telling you. I see it here right now. You will do better if you start over or go back to your roots with whatever you're doing or trying to do. Some of you guys you fear losing. You're not going to lose I'm trying to make that make sense, but you're not going to lose whatever you think you're going to lose, okay? By going back to your roots. You got to take what you learned throughout the time that you've done this and apply it to your future. Okay? I really hope that makes sense. But let's see. Yeah, people, I feel like something was fun in the beginning, whether it's a job, situation, lover, whatever. Something was fun in the beginning, and now it's boring. It's dull. It's come to a head, okay? Some of you guys could be having a Some of you guys could be having a drink in the next 48, okay? Be careful if you are drinking or, overindulging or something, or even if you're just trying to have a good time, be careful, of course. Some of you guys may go overboard or do something reckless while you are under the influence, okay? Yeah. You might say something that is kind of out there, okay, if you are under the influence in the next 48. So, I mean, I don't know if you care or if you will care. Look, the devil. Okay, some of you guys are definitely doing something toxic in the next 48. I'm also getting a situation, okay, I'm channeling right now. Um, if you're in a relationship, doing toxic things to make the relationship more exciting is not going to help either, okay? So release that trauma. Um, yeah, look, it's not going to work, okay? Some of you guys or someone that you're dealing with could have some sort of mindset where they're like, oh, the relationship got boring. Let me do something fucked up so that it gets exciting again, or so that I can know if this person cares or not. That's not healthy, and it's actually going to push your partner away, okay? Or pull your partner away from you. It's going to do the opposite effect, okay? So I don't know if that's you or someone that you're dealing with, but don't do something toxic just to spice things up. That's not how you go about things, okay? And if you do that, you're going to lose your partner. You're going to regret it, okay? Because, not everybody wants a toxic person to deal with, okay? That's just what social media has portrayed. Oh, if he doesn't, threaten you, and if he doesn't blow up your phone, or if she doesn't, you know, come knocking on your door, she doesn't love you. That's not true. Someone who loves themselves is going to know that if someone really loves them, they'll properly approach them. You know what I'm saying? So, someone needs to release a certain toxic mindset, okay? And you'll realize, or this person will realize, or somebody around you is going to finally realize that, oh, you don't have to be toxic to keep a relationship exciting or keep a situation exciting, okay? So I hope that makes sense, but let's see. Some of you guys have a toxic mindset when it comes to relationships and how they're supposed to be. Yeah, this is about like family. Yeah, 10 of Cups and 2 of Cups just came out. Your partner still likes you, okay? But I feel like something, or whoever you're dealing with, they still like you. But if you're looking for excitement, find other ways than doing toxic things to spice it up or whatever, okay? It's just the two of you, or it should be just the two of you. Because I'm also getting like, if you think you need a third, or please don't be one of those people. Please don't be one of those people who's like, oh, maybe let's bring in a third person, or, let's try an open relationship. That's not going to help. Adding people to your relationship is not, it's going to break it apart. That's what it's going to do. Okay. Especially because you guys already have conflict. All right. I see it here in the whole spread. So you said you lost your family in Gaza, October 17, 2023. Now you decide to live for others. You don't want to involve. with new relationship. Okay, okay. I feel like you should live for yourself, you know? But, to each their own. That's not, when you live for yourself and when you put yourself first, it doesn't mean that you don't care about others. You can do both while still, protecting your sanity. All right, let's see. We have the Three of Wands here. Okay, some of you guys could be traveling overseas, or you guys could be planning a trip. If you're planning a trip with your partner or whoever this is, that there's a toxic situation, let me clarify that before I say that. Okay, actually, if you're planning a trip with your partner or whoever you're dealing with, I think this actually may help. Okay, we got the Ten of Pentacles. It may be rocky at first, okay? If you do decide to plan a trip, you guys need, like I said earlier, somebody needs to get out the house. Your partner's tired of staying out in the house. I said that right in the beginning too. Okay, so confirmation. If you feel like planning a trip, even if it's like, an hour away, that's a trip too, if you want to drive or something. Um, whether it's far or not. Plan a trip, go out, have an outing. I feel like that will really help your relationship or your situation that you're in. Okay, so even if you're single and you're loosely dealing with somebody, I'm not saying you have to plan a huge extravagant trip with them, but go out, have fun. The love is still there, but I feel like you guys are bored and you're like confused as to why things have gotten this way. It's because you don't do stuff anymore with your partner, you don't date your partner anymore. That's why I tell you guys, you guys get mad at me when I say yes, the man should be courting, his woman, but it's true. If a man doesn't, scientifically, if a man does not court his woman, he doesn't really want her like that. I didn't say if a man pays for everything and, bows down and says, yes, my queen. I didn't say any of that. Y'all take it too far, when I say a man should court his woman so that she can be in her feminine energy and provide as a woman should, in her feminine ways, that's how a relationship should work. So, anyways, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Is it Tuesday, really? Oh, shit, it is. Okay. I don't even know the days anymore. All right, let's see. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, some of you guys might be taking a trip with your partner, okay? Or a trip may help your situation, okay? Even if you guys are kind of mad at each other or you think it won't be beneficial, I feel like it will be, okay? Let's see. Even if this is your family, you don't have to be in a relationship, okay? So take it how it resonates. Apply it where you need to. Even if it's a friendship, go out with your friend more. Hang out, plan a little trip, explore. Find things that you guys like around wherever you're going and have fun with it, Sometimes leaving your environment is good for you. It's always good for you. I'm a Sagittarius and I like to travel. I don't even care if it's 30 minutes away. That's a decent enough little trip for me. 30 minutes is not far to me at all. Neither is 2 hours, So if you know me, I travel a lot. I go places a lot. I'm always driving, Um, and because it helps clear my mind. It helps me get back on track. It helps me release how I'm feeling, because who wants to be cooped up in the house all day, you know, doing the same shit, seeing the same shit, and that brings me back to the point of if you feel like you have to bring in a third person because you're quote unquote bored in your relationship, don't do that. Go somewhere else or do something with your current partner. Stop trying to add people in, okay? I don't know. Someone could be doing that because it's not working. Whatever that person or couple is trying to do is not working. Um, there's other ways to reconnect with your person or friend or family than involving other people, okay? Yeah, some of you guys could be taking a short trip, or you should. What else is going on for the collective? Make sure your finances are good though before you do this, okay? You may be feeling like, "Oh, I don't have enough to do that." And that's okay. Like I said, even if it's 30 minutes away, you know. Um yeah, exactly. It's good to change up the scenery. I definitely agree with that. And there's so much out there. People forget, especially if you're from like a small town or something like that. People forget that there's a whole other world out there, that you have not seen. You know what I'm saying? So don't be opposed to going outside of what you're used to. And that could be a metaphor, collective, okay? Do something different. Be open to change. You don't have to necessarily, you don't even have to include anybody else. You could be by yourself, if you're super single or whatever, if you don't hang around anybody, change it up, okay? Do something different. You don't even have to spend a lot of money, We love cheap thrills over here, You don't need a bunch of money to do fun things, okay? Sometimes you don't need money at all for it. So keep that in mind. All right, let's get into the oracle portion. Let's see. Let me move that. All right. All right, let's see what is going on. What does the collective need to know? What is going on for the collective proposal? Okay. Period. Okay. What's this about? Look, I don't know where some of y'all are from. You could be from San Francisco, but somebody could be offering to take you somewhere, literally, a trip, a destination. Okay, somebody could be having like a destination wedding too. You may be invited to one. And look, at the bottom of the deck right here, we got ship. Okay, so some of y'all could be wanting to, take a cruise. Okay, if you're a couple, go on a cruise. Okay, that couples love cruises. Okay, if you know, you know. Um, yeah, some of you guys feel like you're not like that attracted to your partner, or I don't think it's really about attraction. What's the right word? It's more so maybe you guys haven't even had sex in a while with your person. That's tragic. But I know some couples or people out there are like that where they just don't sleep with each other anymore. You know, God forbid. Knock on wood, I never experienced that. But some of you guys are in that type of situation with your person. Oh, why do I feel like I'm um, doing marriage counseling? Some of you guys could be married. You don't have to be, but some of you guys might want to go to a therapist or could be going to a therapist with your partner. Okay. You said strolling in park near water is my thing. Yeah, I love open parks. I used to do that a lot actually, especially during the spring. So right about now, there's a lot of parks like that by me. Those reserves. That's actually where I used to channel in my car before I started my YouTube channel. But I used to sit at the park and channel and record myself, you know, and then I would see things literally pop up in real life. So that is, yeah, it's definitely peaceful. Some of you guys also, if you are in a relationship or something, um, or want to spice things up or whatever, cook together, okay? I know some people are like, ugh, I hate having people in the kitchen with me, but if you want to compromise, collective, okay, whoever you are, cook together. Learn negotiation. Learn how to be in the same room with your partner. Why am I saying that? I feel like some couple is like on the verge of, like, you feel single. Someone feels single in their relationship because y'all don't kiss. Y'all don't, what's that? From the Notebook, okay? When she was like, you and daddy don't kiss, you don't hug. I forgot what she said. You don't know. Okay. That's the vibe it's giving. Maybe some of you guys have kids who are, you know, having their first boyfriend or girlfriend or something, and they could be like super head over heels with your not your person. Oh, um that's not good. With their new boyfriend or girlfriend, and I don't know, maybe someone's parent could be trying to act like love isn't real because of their own current relationship situation, you know? So it's something like that. If you have kids, collective, and your current relationship is not going well, don't project, don't ever project, but don't project how your current love life is going onto your children because they're happy. Let them figure it out, okay? You can guide people, right? You can guide your children when it comes to love. But at the end of the day, if you remember when you were a kid too, or a teenager, you had to figure it out anyways too by yourself. Technically, you know, you can give them advice and things like that. But at the end of the day, your kid or your teenager is going to do what they want. Okay. So don't project your anger about your own situation onto your children. Okay. Because that puts a negative, mindset in your kid's head, okay? Like I said, let them figure it out for the most part on their own because they're going to either way. You know, whether you try to steer them in the right direction or not, your kid's going to figure it out on their own. So, hope that makes sense, okay? This is really about like relationships. I'm trying not to stray away from doing collective readings as much anymore because, sometimes they're crazy, but they really be people's stories, okay? Um, but yeah, I feel like so far, this collective reading is mostly about restoring a relationship or a friendship, finding your spark again. I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Possible title. All right, one second. Some of y'all could be smoking. All right, let's see. Welcome in. What is going on for the collective? Yeah, some of you guys feel like your partner is too busy or someone's acting like they're too busy for this relationship. Okay. Mm-mm. You know what they do in well, let me not say that. Oh, well, fuck it. In long distance relationships, not everybody, but if you want to even keep things exciting with your long distance partner, do something freaky over the phone. I don't know. Don't judge me for saying that. I'm just saying. Keep it interesting, Obviously be careful if you do send anything like that to somebody, but um you could do things like that. You don't have to find somebody else outside of your own situation. Look, and my boo, this is still your person. Y'all are not going anywhere. But I feel like you're in between a rock and a hard place with somebody. You still love them, but you're trying to get through some stuff, but it seems like nothing's really moving forward. Okay. Even I feel kind of stuck reading this cuz I'm like, I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not I mean, I can help as best as I can, but I am I didn't go to school for that. So forgive me if I'm not giving you textbook advice, but I will do my best, okay? So let's see. Some of you guys need to cut off your friends. We got frenemy here, okay? Not all of your friends, but if you notice that you got a weird ass friend, okay, who's always doing stupid shit to you or saying slick shit to you, you got a friend in and out of jail, you barely see that motherfucker, it's you don't have to keep that person around, okay? Some of you guys need to figure out who is benefiting you, okay? Something I do every 6 months, I clear my whole social media. Not everybody, but if I know that, okay, well, we don't even interact, delete. Nothing personal necessarily. Sometimes it is personal, if I do delete people or block them. I usually block people because I don't want them seeing shit. Um, I don't want them checking back on my pages and stuff. So I do block people a lot. Um, but anyway, some of you guys might be blocking people, or if you have the urge to block someone, do it. Your intuition is probably telling you something. And look, as I split the deck, letting go just came out and meditation. Okay. If you want to get rid of a friend, a very, what's the right word? A friend who is not even there in your life, let them go. It's okay. You will be at peace, okay? You will be at peace when you let go of this friend, okay? It's not going to hurt you, I promise. Letting go is the hardest part, but afterward you're going to be thankful that you did release somebody or certain people, okay? Some of you guys, your friends are the reason why your relationship is stagnant. Okay. So reevaluate, okay? Okay. When it comes to friends and stuff like that, y'all, you got to be careful because sometimes your friends can seem like, oh my God, that's my bestie. Why would she tell me something, that would steer me wrong? You'd be surprised, okay? You'd be surprised. If you know, you'd be surprised. Um, just because you have fun with somebody does not mean that they have your best intentions. And some people, sometimes your own bestie, is interested in your partner, okay? So some of you guys need to get rid of a friend. Reevaluate. I'm just saying. All right, let's see. Some of you guys could be going shopping. Some of you guys may be changing your wardrobe soon. Oh, okay. Um, some of you guys need to get new work clothes. Yeah, switch it up. Switch it up. I keep hearing that. Switch it up. Change something. You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave your job. You don't have to leave the person you're with. Switch it up. Change something inside of it, inside your workplace. Even if it's your desk. I've been thinking about changing my desk here too, you know, switching up the wallpaper and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I want to do it, but I think it's time for a change. Like we said earlier, sometimes new scenery is good for you. Um, and yeah, go back to your roots. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it keeps coming out. But sometimes, even if you have like a favorite black shirt or a favorite black pair of pants or leggings, go get a new pair. New is good. Okay, if you can afford it, go get them. You'll feel it. You'll feel the difference. Okay, and you might be comparing the new to old or the old to new. Okay, change is good. Some of you guys need to change your clothes or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, and once you do this, okay, I hope this is making sense. I try to phrase things in a way that you guys can understand because I know sometimes I get jumbled. But um this spark will come back. We have secret crush here. And I'm not talking about someone else. I'm talking about within your relationship, within your job. When you change the inside, you'll notice how things start becoming more beautiful on the outside. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so even if it's about work, when you change your desk, your attitude could change. If you're anything like me, when I get my nails like professionally done, I feel like just looking at them makes me happier, a better person. You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. Once you change the inside of whatever you're dealing with, you'll feel better. You'll notice the results, okay? The results will be a lot more positive. Um let's see. And that same thing about healing, okay, collective. Same thing about healing. When you heal yourself, you become a better person, not just to yourself, but to other people. Okay? Hurt people, but you don't have to. Whoa. All these cards came out. Okay. Being cold. Yep. Some of you guys may be very cold, even to your friends. Yeah. Okay. Pent up anger, confirmation, and unfazed. Some of you guys are very much in a nonchalant mood, except when it comes to anger. So that definitely needs to change. Confirmation for what I just said. Heal. And, shopping is not healing. Okay. I do that. I do retail therapy all the time, but it's not healing, you know. Um, But we're not talking about me. We're talking about the collective, okay? If you got anger, if you notice you're always angry, or if people always tell you, oh, you're so angry, you're always this, you're always that, and you're like, no, no, I'm not, da 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 da. You could be being a little bit rude or cold to people. And that's okay. You can feel how you feel, but you got to do something about it eventually. You can't live your life like that. Not on my channel, okay? I support all emotions, but I don't support staying in those emotions and letting it rule your whole life, okay? Because who wants to be around someone who's 89 years old? Do you want to be one of those old people who nobody wants to be around when they're lying on their deathbed, But they could have people around if they had been a nicer person to people, you know? You don't want to be that old person dying alone, literally, you know? I don't know. Maybe some of you guys, if you are older, maybe change your attitude a little bit. Fix it before you can't, okay? Just because you're an adult doesn't mean that, or not an adult, just because you're older doesn't mean that you have a right to disrespect people because you're miserable, okay? So let's see. If you guys have any questions, not personal reading questions, but for the collective, feel free to mention them in the chat, okay? So we can do love, career, what's hidden. Let me know in the chat, okay? But it will be for the collective, not just for you. All right, but if you want a personal, read the pinned message, okay? You can get a personal, but you do have to pay for that during this live, okay? Let's see. Let's continue. All right, what else does the collective need to know? Some of you guys are close to graduating if you are in school, okay? Okay, some of you guys collective or someone around you needs to understand that you can't escape bad karma, okay? I've already been doing whatever comes out, so that's why I was asking if you guys wanted any other questions, but this is always whatever comes out. All right. There's no theme for this. Let's see. What is going on for the collective? But yeah, you can't escape your bad karma, okay? Someone needs to know that there will be divine intervention. This is literally about karma. We just got two karma cards, okay? And ghost. Someone's trying to like escape what they did. Okay, so I don't know if that's you or you said money. All right, we could do that in a sec. But yeah, you can't escape your karma, okay? Especially if it has anything to do with a relationship, okay? Or a past relationship. You know how people think passing time is like an apology or that, maybe they'll forget. No, that's not how that works. Karma will spin the block. And for an example, I don't say names on my channel just for certain reasons, obviously. But there is a girl that I know in real life. We're not friends anymore, but I do still have her on social media. She was the type of girl who would take people's men. She would purposely ruin people's relationships, even mine. And that's part of the reason why we fell out, okay, years ago. But anyways, she was that type of person. And she's very gorgeous. So, but her insecurities and her anger and her, and look what I'm looking at right now, toxic relationship. The stuff she would do was like sabotaging people. It was almost like just for the fun of it. Okay. Um, what was I saying? Oh, but anyways, now she's in a very happy relationship, but it's not so happy behind the scenes. Okay. Most people don't know that, but I do. So the point of what I'm saying here, she could be getting her karma. You know what I'm saying? Certain things that she did to other people is happening to her now in her wonderful, lovely relationship, quote unquote. So that's why I'm saying to y'all, you can't escape your karma, because when you, even in love, if you are a cheater, if you hit women, if you beat women, even if you're a woman who thinks it's cool to put your hands on men, none of that's cool. None of that's okay. When you get your shit rocked, don't be surprised, okay? If you're a girl like that. Anyways, but you know, it's just crazy to see. You need to be a good person to people, or else you're going to experience, when you finally get something that you want, that's just going to be taken from you, or something crazy is going to happen. You say, a girl like that? I know plenty of girls like that. That's why I don't hang out with them anymore. I get it. I get it. But, yeah, it's just better to be a good person. Some people grow up thinking, or they develop a mindset, well, since the world is terrible to me, or was terrible to me, I'm going to start acting that way, because you got to be a bitch in this world sometimes, but you still got to be a overall good person. You can't escape your karma. I don't know who needs to hear that. You can't escape what you did. That will haunt you forever. And just like one of the girls I was talking about just now, I feel bad. Not, I don't really feel bad, but it is kind of, I know she's struggling behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? So, and she likes to put on a whole show for the social media part of it, that her relationship is perfect, and everybody's like, the thing is, it's like public too, so everybody, thousands of people see it. Um, but it is not what it seems. So, all right, let's do your money. So yeah, that brings me back also, when I ramble, quote unquote, y'all just think I'm talking. That's definitely part of the message too, okay? Y'all will see. All right, let's see. Let's do your money. But yeah, just be a good person, even if you feel like, you need to do something back. And if you're a Scorpio placement like me, I'm a double Scorpio. Revenge is constantly on my mind. Not really, but when people do me wrong, I definitely be thinking of shit. But anyways, try not to do that, okay? All right, let's see. So I'm going to do career. Let me just say how the collective's money is going to be. Okay. How will the collective's money be? And I do. I've only hung out with literally 3 people for the past 9 months, because I cut everybody off. I was serious about it. People didn't believe me. I said goodbye. I'm not fucking with you no more. Block, 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 block. People make fun of me, or not make fun, but they laugh at the length of my block list. I don't play. I really do not. But I really did cut off everybody that I used to know. I got 20 friends on Facebook? That's about it. People have thousands and I just don't get it. But anyways, let's see what's going on for the collectives. Finances. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Some of you guys, when it comes to your money, something definitely could be, I feel like you don't see something, or why something's not working out, okay? You could be upset when it comes to your finances, or not happy with what you're doing. I know we talked about your career a little bit at the beginning of the reading, but it's also coming out here too. If you don't like what you're doing, oh my god, that's way too many. Why are all my cards falling out like this? Some of you guys need to let something go when it comes to your money or your career. Obviously, line things up so that you're not down and out, But some of you guys need to drop something altogether. That's what I'm saying. You keep trying to do something over and over again when it comes to your money. You got to do it a different way. And we said that in the beginning. You got to do it a different way, or you're not going to see the results you want to see. You could have new money, you could have new abundance, but something you're doing is not working. So you got to figure that out. You said that's more than you. All right. Some of you guys, when it comes to your money, you need to be more flexible, okay? Or you need to stop juggling too many things at once so that you can be more flexible, okay? Some of you guys might need to take certain days off of work, or if you are getting a new job, or if you end up getting a new job, you need to actually let them know your actual flexibility, you know? Um, so if you don't want to work Tuesdays and Thursdays, you know, tell them that. You know what I'm saying? Or else you're going to regret it that you have no life, you know, outside of your job. Okay. Let's see. Also, you guys, go for the higher pay. Okay. Obviously, check the environment and things like that, read reviews and whatnot. But some of you guys are not going for something that is way better paying. I don't know why. If you're applying for jobs and you feel like you can't go for a certain pay, I don't know why. Apply. If you know you can do most of the qualifications, apply for it. Some of you guys like doubt yourself when it comes to how much money you can make or should make. That's how you get screwed over by yourself. Okay. If you're accepting, I don't know what the minimum wage is by y'all, but if you're accepting 13 an hour and there's a job 30 minutes away that is the same thing, but they pay 17 an hour, why would you not drive that 30 minutes to go do the same job and get paid more? You know, certain districts have different, you know, pays and stuff like that, or hourly. Okay. So some of you guys need to check or up your distance when it comes to like looking for jobs and stuff like that. Okay. Don't be afraid to drive a little bit. That's even myself, I'll tell you right now, the best thing I ever did was travel for work. Not travel for work, but you know, go the distance for work. That's when I was making way more money. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to go a little further. People, why are we talking about the get outside of your environment collective again? Okay, go somewhere else. Be open to change. Okay, who cares if you got to put a little extra gas in your tank? Okay, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be worth it. You know, those first 2 weeks of the job may be a little bit difficult, especially if you're struggling with money, but once you get that paycheck, you'll be happy you go that extra distance. Okay, so let's see. All right, some of you guys are experiencing jealousy in the workplace. Okay, you need something new. Some of y'all need to get a new job. Like I said, don't quit willy-nilly. Line something up, make sure that you're in there, got the orientation date or whatever, before you quit. But some y'all really need a new job or something that you do for money. You need to find a different way or a new way to do things. Okay, because you got opportunities ahead of you, but you're like staying stuck. You're not changing anything. Okay, so like I said, love yourself. You have more potential than you think. Okay, sometimes you got to be a little bit delusional if you think, oh well, I don't, I don't know who says that. I have a lot of Capricorn in my chart, so I'm always going to go for the better opportunity. um but if you're not like me with that situation, please go for the better opportunity. Go for the thing at a distance. Stop doubting yourself, because it's not benefiting you. Okay, it's literally not. I feel like someone keeps insulting themselves or something. Well, I don't know, I just know it's okay. No, it's not. Go do the better thing. Change it up. Change your life. Okay, I just split the deck. We got the Five of Pentacles. You're gonna be broke still or something if you don't switch it up. Go back to your roots. Find a better job. Okay, something about that. Look, you could do something either if you don't want to, if you work from home, maybe you want to find an in-person type job or something like that, something on the side or something like that, okay? A few days a week, something to get you out the house. And if you don't work from home, go somewhere that is a little bit further away from where you live. I'm trying not to repeat myself, but all right. Anything else for the collective's money? I did just do a pick a card workplace reading, so if you guys want to go check that out, you can. Whoa. Okay. I feel like a lot of the reason why your money's not the way you want it to be right now is because of how you view yourself. It's literally how you view yourself. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Have some confidence. You're capable of way more. But if you choose to stay stuck and be like, I don't know if I deserve that, I mean, so be it. You're going to experience more delays, but you have free will at the end of the day, okay, collective. So, I'm not here to convince you to want to do better, but I will encourage it for a few minutes. So, let's see. Let's do what's hidden, okay? Let's do what's hidden. Please make sure to like the video, please and thank you. Is the sound okay for you guys? Did we already use this? I don't think so. Hopefully the sound's okay. Let me know if it messes up. All right, so let's see what is hidden from the collective currently. What is hidden? Whoa. What is hidden from the collective? There could be a storm, okay? Some of you guys need to be careful when you're out and about, okay? There could be a storm headed your way. That's what's hidden, is the weather change. If you live near water or like an ocean or a lake, a river, something like that, be careful, okay? I know that, here in the Midwest we have crazy weather, but be careful when you're driving or out and about, okay? Don't get caught up. All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. What is hidden from the collective currently? Some of you guys could be getting in shape, okay? Or you look really good if you've been working out. I don't think that's hidden, but that came out. Okay. Somebody could be an engineer. Something hidden from you is that you need to go for a different, some of you guys do need to go for a different field, okay? Some of you guys are good at science or something to do with technology, problem solving, okay? Man or woman. Some of you guys would actually be good at something like that. And I'm hearing factory, so I don't know if it's going to be like a factory job or something where it's like a lab. I don't know. I don't do that, so sorry if I don't use the right terms. That's not my expertise, but some of you guys definitely would be good at doing something with, because I'm seeing wires right now. Wires. Why am I hearing clinic? Yeah, something with the medical field, okay? Some of you guys could be good at something, even if you're not like a doctor or whatever, you could do something related to science. You could do something at the front desk. Some of you guys might want to work in the medical field, okay? That would be something that you're good at, okay? That's what's hidden from you. Some of you guys could have Virgo in your chart, okay? Especially if you're like a Virgo North Node or Midhaven. Check your chart. Also, something hidden from you is that there could be like an actual railroad that is being built near you, okay? And that may cause some chaos. There could be why am I hearing train wreck? There could be a train wreck or some drama on a train, okay? So if you live in a city or something like that, I'm not saying you can't ride the train or whatever, but be careful when you are on the train. Somebody could be starting some shit. That sounds very specific, but I don't know. It's coming out. Okay. So if you do take the train, look, destroyed. Oh my God. Fucked up. Damn. Be careful if you are taking some sort of like public transportation, even if it's like not the train, it could be the bus, okay? Something like that. Oh, look, at the bottom of the deck here, I'm seeing doctor, okay? Or confirmation, okay? Some of you guys could be going to the doctor soon. But if you wanted to work in the medical field, you know, they have medical assistants and things like that too. I feel like some of you guys would definitely be good at that, okay? Let's see. Sometimes all you got to do is take a class, you know. What is it? What is all this medical stuff? We have hospital here, okay? What is going on? Some of you guys need treatment, or could be getting some sort of treatment, or you could be someone who does treat people, okay? Yeah, when they're sick. Also, something hidden from y'all. Be careful if you're like, I don't know why you would be going through the trash, okay? But you know, I never know who's watching. So if you happen to be going through trash or some sort of waste, okay, even if you're like a garbage man or woman, make sure not to get sick. Something I'm saying, I literally just saw a needle. Be careful of needles, okay? If you are going through trash, or I don't know, like I said, I don't know why you would be digging through trash, but if you're trying to find something or whatever, be careful of getting like poked, okay, with something sharp and getting an infection or having to go to the hospital to get some like stitches or something. So be careful, okay? You could even get like cut on a bottle, like a glass bottle or something sharp. Someone also needs to clean their room. Okay. What else is hidden from the collective? If you're dealing with a relationship or a partner, there may be a third party, okay? Let me clarify that. Oh my God. Okay, let me clarify that because what I just heard the third party is a man. No bullshit. I just heard that. The third party is a man. So if you're a woman, be aware of DL people, okay? Yeah, because someone may have like certain urges if you are dealing with a lover or somebody. If you think your man is cheating with another woman, you know, you always da 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 that bitch da da da. No, it's a man. Somebody is cheating with a man or dealing with a man. Okay, somebody could be a bisexual man. Oh my God, what's hidden from the collective? There's something about work here. Someone that someone works with. Someone could be dealing with somebody from work. You know how they say they have like what do they call it? A work wife, a work husband. Somebody's boyfriend has a work husband, which is crazy. Okay. Let's see. Look, new partner just came out. If your partner is acting unavailable, it's because they have conflicting feelings. Or maybe, I don't know if this is you. Maybe you got conflicting feelings. Someone could be questioning their sexuality. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Look, setting the record straight. Somebody's figuring themselves out. Okay. If your boyfriend or, you know, man or woman, flip it how you need to. If your boyfriend is always with his homeboy or a homeboy out to eat, you know, giggling, you know, and if you've questioned them, you know, somebody's person could be thinking about it, you know. I don't know if they've went there already, but someone's figuring something out about what they really like. Okay, and that's not to say that they're gay. Somebody could be bisexual. Okay, that's a thing too. Oh Lord. Okay, this could be someone you're married to. If you are in a marriage, this something unexpected's happening. Okay, this is what I mean when I say the collective reading. It really be people's situation though. Okay, so I'm just as shocked as you might be. Okay, but something unexpected about someone's partner, or something that happened at a wedding, or if you are planning to get married to somebody, I do want to say make sure that, you're not dealing with another person, or the person that you think your partner is dealing with. It's not who you think it is, or it's not the gender you think it is. Also, there could be a gender reveal. The doctor may get the sex wrong. Okay. Like if somebody's having a baby and they're like, it's a boy, it's a girl. Or it's a girl, it's a boy. So double check. Not double check, but somebody may get something like that wrong. Look, look what just came out. Doctor, confirmation, okay? The doctor may be wrong about some sort of either diagnosis or the sex of something, okay? Like a baby. Somebody could want to change their sex, okay? Love triangle, third party. This is either a woman who wants to be with another woman. I didn't see this card. Oh, wait, okay. Or a man who wants to be with another man. Okay. Even if you think someone is not like that, you never know. The world is crazy these days. You never know. Someone could be very masculine looking. They be the ones, okay? Them jacked up, muscle men, always in the gym. Yeah, bro. And then they're hooking up with a bro. Okay, so don't underestimate what somebody could be doing behind closed doors or be wanting to do. Okay. I feel like this is someone you want to be with for a long time. Like you're invested into this person. Like I said, some of y'all might be married to this person and you don't know that they're into certain stuff. Okay. Um, Look, promiscuous and legal issues. What's legal issues? What's hidden from the collective? If someone is an addict, they could be dealing with the legal system again. Okay. Just a side note. Or if you are an addict of some sort, be careful. Don't get yourself in trouble, legal trouble. Okay. I'm not saying someone shouldn't be themselves, but you should be honest about what you're into. And if you are questioning, you do need to be open with your partner about that. Because I feel like this is a relationship or a long term connection. You know, it's not cool to surprise people like that or just not tell people. There's nothing wrong with whatever you're into or whatever you got between your legs, or don't. Be honest. If you're a liar, you're a liar. Someone's not homophobic or whatever if you lie. They're upset about you lying. Someone's upset or would be upset about you lying, not the fact that you like to dabble in certain taboo shit. It's not even taboo, but you know what I mean. Don't lie. I think I talked about that in the Libra reading. Okay. What else is hidden from the collective? Yeah, someone's not being their true selves. And it's affecting their really. Oh. Y'all, remember what we were talking about at the beginning of the reading when I was saying someone's wondering why their relationship is stagnant? It could be because someone's not even really into that. the same sex or the opposite sex. And it could be reversed, you know, it could be if you're in a same sex relationship or marriage, someone could want to, you know, be with the opposite sex. Okay. So let's see. Okay. What's hidden from the collective? Don't let somebody I don't want to say that, because I don't think pressuring somebody to tell you something is going to give a good result, but if there's a lot of distance between you and your partner or whoever you're dealing with, and I'm talking about emotional distance, bring it up, but or let this person bring, I don't know. I don't even know how I would handle that right now. I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to get a different deck. that's that's my cue to leave with that, okay? I'm going to pull something else. Someone needs to just be honest, okay? And if you're wondering why your partner could be very distant, it could be because they are having conflicting thoughts, okay, about the same you said what sign is this person? I just mentioned Libra, but I mean, I could try to get some of the tarot to see if any I could pull a few. What sign would this person be that we just talked about? Earth sign. Let's see. Pisces, Scorpio, earth and water signs. Yeah. Scorpio heavy and Pisces heavy. Or they could have those signs in their chart. Sagittarius. There is deception here. Okay. With the Seven of Swords. So there is a third party. Like I said, for some of you guys, this person hasn't gone there yet, but they're thinking about it. They're definitely very imaginative. Or someone's got them thinking, okay? Woo. Okay. All right. What was the other topic I wanted to do? You guys have any more questions for everybody? Let me know. Let's do how they feel about you currently. Okay. Well, we already used that one, I think. Okay. All right. So I think this might be the last portion. When it starts to get crazy, sometimes I enjoy, you know, readings like that, but I don't want to, you know. All right, let's see. All right, so let's do Aries through Pisces real quick. If you're dealing with an Aries, how do they feel about you? This person could feel like something about this connection is very unstable, okay? They feel like, yeah. Or if you're dealing with an Aries, this person, they could be struggling with finances right now. They could be unstable, so they feel like there's no, why am I hearing no need for a relationship? Okay, so if somebody doesn't have enough money, they're like, well, yeah, they could be very materialistic. Okay, so if you're dealing with the Aries, if you don't got money, there is nothing to talk about. Okay, um let's see. If you're dealing with a Taurus, someone could be acting like a child, or this person thinks you act like a child. Okay, this person feels like you don't take accountability if you're taking, taking a Taurus. What the fuck? Anyways, if you're dealing with a Taurus, you could be sleeping with the Taurus. Um, this person feels like when things get serious, you don't take things serious. You act like a child or something, okay? And they feel like, you're too caught up on the past. Yeah, there's something majorly about acting immature. If you're dealing with a Taurus, they feel like you act too immature. And so they can't be with you. Or they feel like a relationship would fall apart or is going to fall apart if you can't get it together and, take them serious. So I don't know what that's about, but okay. Let's go to Gemini. If you're dealing with a Gemini, this connection could be on and off, okay? Someone could be experiencing good luck, or this person feels like you're experiencing good luck right now after a harsh period of, something not so great. If you're dealing with a Gemini, this person could be finally speaking up or taking more initiative to speak up, okay? So if a Gemini has been very closed off to you, they will come out of that, okay? And actually speak to you more. Maybe even about what they have been doing, okay? If you're dealing with a Cancer, this person is stable, okay? Or they feel like you're stable. Be careful if you're dealing with a Cancer, be careful that they're not using you for your stability, okay? This person could be very obsessed with like money and what people have, okay? So, yeah, if you are dealing with a Cancer and you got it together, if you have stability and stuff like that, be careful, okay? Of someone who is just using you for what you have, okay? Let's see. If you're dealing with a Leo, I'll try to go back and put timestamps for this for y'all, okay? If you're dealing with a Leo, this person is not committal, okay? Or non-committal. Yeah, they could have broke your heart already, or they will end up breaking your heart. Or they feel like you're going to do that, okay? Flip it how you need to. If you're dealing with a Leo, they feel like you're avoiding them or that you're guarded towards them, okay? And that's why they can't commit to you, okay? Or that's why they can't open up communication with you, because they feel like you're not, they're blaming you for why things are not moving forward, okay? So if you are being less talkative, or if you're acting like you don't want to talk to the Leo, they're just going to literally assume that you don't want to talk to them, okay? So the Leo is very reciprocal, okay? Let's see. If you're dealing with who's next? Virgo. Whoa, okay. If you're dealing with a Virgo, this connection could have moved very quickly, or it will, okay? Make sure that you guys are on the same page when it comes to your belief systems. I mean, so you can think differently than your partner, but if you're dealing with a Virgo, some sort of conflict may arise in your situation because of how you guys think differently, okay? There also may be some jealousy going on here. If you're dealing with a Virgo, I feel like you guys work really hard, and something about this connection is still going to move forward, regardless of the ups and downs that you guys may have or the jealousy that may arise. I feel like you guys are still going to stick together, okay? So let's see. Libra. If you're dealing with a Libra, this person could be thinking all day. I just saw someone scratching their head. Look, confirmation, okay? 7 of Cups. Imagining, thinking, okay? Daydreaming. They daydream about you a lot, okay? If you're dealing with a Libra, this person also could have a lot on their mind too, as well. This person could be getting new opportunities too. Okay. If you're dealing with a Libra and they haven't been as fun as you would like them to be, they will. They will. They'll open up more, okay? Or they'll be more friendly with you. They could have just been having some sort of delays, but now that they're getting new opportunities and things like that, they're gonna open up more, okay? Mm-mm. Yeah, this person could have been having home issues or family issues, okay? Or if they feel like you are. Okay. If you're dealing with a Libra, this person does not like to be smothered, okay? Or they could be, smothered with work and conflict that they're dealing with. But for some of you guys, you need to know that the Libra does not want to be smothered, okay? The Libra likes some space, especially when they're going through things. All right. Let's see. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, this person feels like you're judging them or you judge them too much. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they could be judging you, especially if you party a lot, okay? Or vice versa. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, someone in this connection feels like they have to grow up or that the other person should grow up. You both could be feeling that way, okay? So you guys could be pointing the finger at each other, talking about, oh no, you need to do this. No, you need to do this. Have you ever seen two crackheads call each other crackheads? I've seen it. Where I live, there's a lot of hick people. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen many crackheads when they're angry at each other, they call each other crackheads. And it's like, you both are. The fuck? So that could be going on. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, you guys might both be judging each other for what you both do. So take some accountability. Okay. Let's see if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. Yep, we're on Sag. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, how do they feel about you? They want to come see you, okay? This person, they could be an entrepreneur or someone who sees the bigger picture with you, okay? If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they could be planning a future in their head with you. Okay, so yeah, they might want things to move very quickly. But I don't think they would necessarily show that, but they definitely are thinking about like what their life would be like if they, or if you guys took it to the next level, okay? This person also could want to travel with you, but they know you're dealing with a lot, so okay. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, there's that damn Queen of Pentacles again. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, they could feel like you're a little bit self-centered, okay? They could also be worried about how much money you make, okay? Or your stability. Let's see. We're almost done, guys. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, I should have used Oracle for this part, but oh well. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they feel like you're getting away from them or that you're moving on from them. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they feel like you've made a judgment on them, like you've made up your mind. Whoa, okay. Yeah, that card came out pretty violently. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, they feel like you're moving on, that you made up your mind. And for some of you, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, they could feel like you're acting like you're moving away and that you made up your mind and that you're not really serious, even if you are. So make sure that someone takes you serious. You might have to like really block this person or something to let them know that you're done, okay? Because if you're dealing with a Capricorn, they may not get that it's over. Someone might be a little bit delusional, like someone thinks you're always going to come back. Okay, even if you've come back before, this time is different. Okay, I don't know, something like that. Someone needs to understand that no, it means no, and someone's done officially. Okay, it's over. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, uh-oh. I just thought about a Euro sandwich. Okay. Some of y'all could be eating Euro sandwiches or some sort of meat. Okay, I don't know what that's about. But Three of Swords. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, some of you guys are still, this Aquarius person could be still heartbroken over something that happened like a long time ago. Okay, so you don't have to deal with that. I don't care if you love this person down. They're, Aquarius are the sign that they get their heart broken at 5 years old and then they can never get past it. Something about that. Aquarius placements do that. Okay. So if you're dealing with that type of person, move on. Okay. Let me get one more. High Priestess. You already know. You already know. That's nothing new. You know this. You know this person's heartbroken over, Sally Sue that, broke their heart on the playground when they were 5 years old. You know that they're not past that person. So why are you sticking around? Unless you just want to have fun, but it seems like you're hurt, okay? Or you keep hurting yourself. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius, they're not over someone from their past. And I don't think they plan to be. That's like their personality trait at this point. So don't deal with that. You already know. I could see. You already know what's going on with that. You could find other people. And don't commit to somebody who's not committed to you. All right? Pisces, if you're dealing with a Pisces, this person could be guarded towards you, okay? Someone could be afraid to come see you, Pisces, or they feel like you're afraid to come see them for some reason, okay? Someone's like, I don't know if I want to go there, okay? Someone could be from the south. Yeah, someone's afraid to explore some sort of like new territory or afraid to go on a trip. I see why. Look at that. 7 of Swords. There's deception. Yeah, so even if you are a Pisces, if you're worried about going on a trip or something, if your intuition's telling you don't go, okay? You can never be too safe, Listen to your gut. If you feel an inkling not to go somewhere, cancel it, don't go. Yeah, some of you guys are trying to get out the house or something. Listen to your intuition, Pisces. Or this person's doing that to you. Especially if someone like, why am I hearing change their number? Maybe somebody doesn't really want to. Somebody also could not have a real number, Pisces. Or a Pisces doesn't have a real number. I don't know what that's about. Somebody could be a fucking catfish. Okay? What the hell? Somebody literally could be a catfish and they don't have a real number. If someone's like afraid to come see you, it's because they're not who they say they are, literally. All right, there's some tea for Pisces. Be careful who you're talking to over the damn internet. Okay? If someone's holding back from you or suddenly, kind of going ghost, it's because they're not who they say they are. Even if they look how they look in their pictures or whatever, they're not who they say they are. I would not go on that trip, or I would not. If someone's holding off on coming towards you, it's for a reason, okay? I don't know what that's about, but let's see. Anything else? Some of y'all need to check. I feel like you guys do like each other. You guys could be planning. Okay, Pisces, I'm adding this in because some of y'all may need to hear this. If you're planning a relationship or planning to be with somebody or travel to be with somebody, if you're dealing with like a long distance situation, be careful. Someone's not who they say they are, and I'm talking about it could be physically, but for some of you, yes, this person is real as in picture wise, you've talked to them on the phone, you've done this and that, from a distance. Someone's not who they say they are, okay? Personality wise, I'm telling you. And that could be with their behavior too. Yeah. Someone's not really wanting to commit, or if you do not move for, okay, do not move for somebody, okay? I don't know who needs to know that. Do not move for somebody, or don't let somebody move for you. I don't know. If somebody's talking about, yeah, I'm gonna come out there and blah blah blah, don't do it. All right, Pisces, you just got your own little mini reading, but I did feel the need to say that, okay? Somebody's not who they say they are. Could be a Gemini, because I did do a reading for Gemini. Go look back if you want to. For Gemini. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. I did talk about someone being a catfish and someone being able to like uh really, what do they call it? Cloak themselves, okay? So just be careful, Pisces, or if you're dealing with the Pisces could be doing that to you, okay? So take it how it resonates. Be careful who you talk to online. Stranger danger, even as adults, you can't ever be too safe. You'd rather be safe than sorry. Oh God, that makes me nervous. Um, I'm not dealing with nothing like that. I don't do long distance shit, but nervous for y'all. Like, be careful. People are crazy. People are crazy. I don't know if somebody's doing something. That's not where that goes. Doing something for certain reasons. Someone has ulterior motives, okay? If you're dealing with a Pisces or a Gemini, especially. All right, but the reading's finally over, okay? Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Um, I'm trying to do more collectives, to try to bring in the right crowd. Um, I know they get a little crazy, but that's how tarot is sometimes. So, thank you guys for watching. I will see y'all later. Make sure to like the video. And if you want personal readings, they're available anytime. Just make sure to check my bio, okay? Or the description box under this video. I'm going to go back and rewatch this. And as I do, I will leave some timestamps for certain topics, okay? So you guys have a wonderful day. I'm probably going to be live on TikTok later to do personals over there. Um, but yeah, that's what I got for you guys. Thank you guys, and I will see y'all later. Bye.